in the midst of this build was when my accident happened. So we had to shelf the car for like a year and a half until I recovered.
What accident are you talking about?
My shooting.
We got into that a little bit on the phone, and Ed was talking about that. But clarify what happened.
I was a victim of armed robbery.
Really?
So I ended up getting shot 9 times with AK-47.
God.
You know.
Where was this at?
This was in it's called Carroll City. It's a neighborhood here in Miami. People call it Murder Gardens, you know.
Right.
What they just roll? What were they after? What happened? How they tell us about that night or that day?
It was just a regular day, actually. It was a house that I was remodeling at the time. I also dabble with real estate and stuff. So I ended up going to the house to go check up on some work that the guys were doing and clean up, you know, just pick up a couple little things here and there. It was early. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
By the time I turned around, the guy was just on me.
Really?
Yeah.
And shot the shit out of you.
Just, shot. That's it. I was a lot bigger back then. I was like 240, 250. I was in good shape. So he was so close that my initial reaction was to run towards him. So he shot.
Yeah.
He shot.
Freddie, is that what's wrong with your hand now?
Yeah, I ended up losing. The bullet ends up hitting the band on my watch. So it pushed the watch band out through the other side. So literally my hand was just hanging.
Holy shit.
By nothing. So I end up losing my index and my thumb. My wrist is fused. I have no wrist. And I was in a coma for like 2 months. Broken shoulder, broken hip, fractured pelvis. I had bullet fragments in the back of my head. It was crazy. It was a crazy.
Did they end up catching the guy? What happened?
No, they never caught the guy. I never saw his face. I never got to see his face.
Man.
No.
Yeah, man. That 6.2, that 6.7, the 6.72 round from the AK has a lot of kinetic energy, man.
Yeah.
When it hits you. Yeah.
Well, what saved me was that it was close. Because if the bullet was able at a long distance, they say that thing would have.
Yeah. I said it backwards. It's 7.62. I said it backwards. I said 6.7. But yeah, it's got that round's designed to punch through you. So yeah, I get it. Running towards him, it had speed, but it probably didn't get a chance to get up to max travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct. I went to grab the barrel of the gun, the machine gun. So literally when I went to grab it was when he shot. So,
yeah.
I mean, it didn't even have time to.
So did somebody hear it? What happened next? Did the ambulance? What happened?
I ended up turning around. I end up running. I jump a fence. He's chasing me down the fence, like he's following me. But he only shot me at the beginning part of it. After that, he missed every other shot that he took. I end up running. I ran behind a house. I tried to run through a fence. I end up hitting the column of the fence. So I end up falling back. I still get up, and with one hand, I picked up my whole body, and I flipped. I tumbled over the fence, and I ended up bobbing and weaving, and I made it to the next block.
Damn.
Yeah. But at the same way that the bullets happened, I heard the sirens. I mean, it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was like this. Imagine we got to the airport. We got so fast to the airport that the helicopter was landing. The helicopter hadn't made it yet. That's how fast we got there. Rescue team picked me up and took me to the airport.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah, somebody must have heard that action to have everybody there that fast.
Yeah, it was
you know
really
what I mean?
fast. Even when I made it to the next block, I never saw the lady. I went back after, and I knocked on her door. So I heard her, but I never saw her. And she goes, honey, stay right there. I called the rescue. But I already heard it. I had already heard the sirens, but I
Yeah.
kept running. Anyways, I start getting winded, and I double back to the lady's house. She had like a little palm tree, so I took off my shirt and I tucked myself under the palm tree. I wrapped my hand. I took off my tank top. My leg was just gushing blood. I ended up pushing the tank top inside the wound on my leg. And when I touched my pocket, I had my phone. So I ended up calling a girl that I was dating at the time. I tell her, hey, listen, you know, I got shot. Don't come to the house. I'm going to call you back. Then end up calling my mom. My mom doesn't answer.
Oh God.
I call her again, and she picks up the phone. And I still remember the screams like perfect. I said, don't panic. I'm okay. I just got shot. Boy, listen, I heard those screams so loud. And then I had to tell her, hey, but wait a minute, I'm going to call you back. And then I hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. It's incredible you survived that.
Yeah,
really?
It was.
How long were you in the hospital?
Bad. The shooting wasn't bad. Was the recovery was what was bad? You know.
Yeah.
You were in a coma?
Yeah, I was in a coma for 2 months.
Wow.
Damn. Wow. That's crazy.